In the dance of the planets, how you grow and develop as a human being is not just determined by astrological alignments at birth. Over the course of your life, the celestial bodies continue to influence your personal journey in distinct 7-year cycles. Referred to as biographical septennials, each of these remarkable periods of growth and transformation is influenced by a particular planet. These celestial cycles are your secret map for purposeful existence amid the ebb and flow of life's cosmic odyssey. By understanding how each planet has guided your personal journey so far, you gain a profound insight on your behaviors, choices, and emotions during those phases. And when you know what planet is currently guiding you, you can tune into the challenges and opportunities with renewed strength and purpose. Your current phase and its planetary influence is the most powerful bedrock, upon which your conscious choices are hewn and roadblocks deftly navigated. The first 7 years of your life were governed by the moon. In this phase, lunar energies and forces of your psyche work to transform your tiny physical form from a body inherited from your parents to one that manifests your complete personality. While conventional wisdom terms this time as growing up, Rudolf Steiner perceived this metamorphosis in an inverse light. According to him, we are, in fact, growing down, as the spirit is gradually embodying the physical self, fortifying it, and bestowing upon the child a stronger sense of self. In anthroposophical philosophy, a child's spiritual connection to the cosmos and the nurturing influence of the moon are considered significant elements. As a young child, you learn primarily through imitation of your immediate environment, including your parents, caregivers, and surroundings. Associated with the archetype of the mother, the moon's nurturing energies are what reflected your emotional and instinctual aspects during this early phase. It, too, contributed to the rhythmic patterns from sleeping and waking that provided a sense of order and predictability. Associated with Mercury, the planet of intellect and communication, the phase between 7 and 14 is when your imagination and feelings took center stage. As the etheric body develops during this phase, it's when you cultivated a sense of individuality and a deeper awareness of your own emotional landscape. The forces of Mercury shaped your development of habits and memory during this time. Especially receptive to forming habits at this age, your memory capacities were enhanced under the influence of Mercury. Steiner suggested that the experiences and influences during the Mercury phase set the stage for future vocational choices. The habits, memory development, and individual feelings your life cultivated during these years will have laid the groundwork for your later career paths. A supportive and authoritative familial and educational environment is key in the Mercury phase. Are you able to reflect on this time? Did you have loving authority figures who guided you in forming healthy habits? Or did you lack the nurturing guidance you needed? Representing love, attraction, and self-worth, Venus governs the ages between 14 and 21. It is during this phase when your astral body blossomed, and the harmonious dance of idealistic aspirations and burgeoning sexuality unfurls. Your Venus phase was a symphony of self-discovery, where you were invoked to explore the realms of truth, beauty, and authenticity as your soul life deepened. Yet you were caught between conflicting forces. Your idealized image of becoming what you perceived to be the perfect human, and the awakening of your sexuality. As your soul sought equilibrium, it may have manifested in acts of rebellion. As this period often involves the development of one's relationship values, what you experienced will have shaped your understanding of love, loyalty, and the qualities you seek in others. Venus is connected to social grace and diplomacy, so these formative years will have set in stone how you learned your social skills, learning how to interact with others and navigate social situations in a harmonious way. Around the age of 19, the Moon, Earth, and Sun align in the same positions as during your birth, known as a moon node. This recurrence is a cosmic gateway on your earthly journey. Your first moon node at 19 may have ignited openness to the spiritual intentions of your life. So think back to what was going on at this time for you. The most important astral body, the Sun, represents the core essence of your identity, self-expression, and vitality. This is why your main astrological sign is known as your Sun sign. The Sun guides your growth between the ages of 21 and 28. During this phase, your sense of self and individuality deepens. It's when your I or ego penetrates the astral, etheric, and physical bodies, allowing for personal growth and exploration. Your higher self, known as the I in Anthroposophy, is eternal and reincarnates on Earth in a quest to become truly human. Although your I began to manifest around the age of 3, it fully descends into the astral, etheric, and physical around the age of 21. At this point, the Sun actively engages in transforming and refining the experiences and influences you accumulated during childhood. This phase was, or is, a time for experimentation and developing a sense of purpose. Around the age of 28, the Sun's bold celestial influence continues to make its presence known, and it almost inevitably ushers you into a profound inner and outer crisis, a moment of questioning your life's trajectory. Your I desires strengthening, and so initiates an internal transformative process that guides you toward individualization. In this 7-year epoch, your individual self deeply permeates your physical form. Sun energies guide you to find the wisdom to assess your current direction and the courage to seek a new one. Steiner calls this period the era of the intellectual and sentient soul, urging the integration of thought and emotion into your essence. Approaching the age of 35 marks the culmination of this phase, where your soul is at its most deeply incarnated time of life. You are fully immersed in earthly existence, and the gravitational pull of your material life becomes notably intense. The Sun still governs the ages of 35 to 42, shining its radiant energies onto your personal awakening and responsibility. Known as the conscious soul phase, during this 7-year epoch you stand on a crucial threshold of self-development, which requires individual effort. Your I now works through the legacy of experiences from birth to 7, often surfacing in disguised ways, be it loneliness, confusion, insecurities, self-doubts, and new fears. In the second Sun phase, your focus shifts to the will, testing your conscious commitment to further development. Now is the time to turn outward criticism inward, asking profound questions about your limits, capacities, and meaningful actions. Spiritual experiences often accompany this period of life, urging a departure from the past and the adoption of new values and standards. Led by Mars's dominant energies, your 42nd year marks a turning point or an existential crisis. During the Mars phase, your I gradually separates from lower organs, and forces previously tied to these organs now enter your consciousness, potentially overwhelming you. At this point, the extent to which your self-identity relies on physical reality, material success, and possessions determines your soul's connection to the inevitable decline of the physical body. The choices you make during this period can impact your future well-being and spiritual development. Mars, often considered the great talker in the planetary system, is associated with a strong impulse for expression and action. During this phase of life, you may experience a heightened need for self-expression and assertiveness. The archetype of Mars encourages a dynamic engagement with life, and you should feel compelled to actively pursue your goals and desires. From age 49 to 56, a sense of relief often accompanies this phase as the intense influence of Mars begins to diminish, making room for Jupiter's broader and wiser perspective. Jupiter, the teacher and wise sage, heralds a peak in your creative life. Your inner vitality is renewed in this phase, allowing for a more objective view of personal experiences and the surrounding world. A universal perspective emerges, and you may feel compelled to engage in political activities for the greater good. The Jupiter period is one of inspirational soul development, where inspiration, linked with breathing in, and the awakening of a new organ of perception connected with listening, play significant roles. In this phase, you'll find your individual concerns transition to a focus on the destiny of humanity. The heart, representing kindness, awakens, leading to a deep sense of suffering and sympathy for all of humankind. When Saturn completes its second return in this final phase, your soul can access its higher element of self. A mystical epoch, Saturn's energies help you cultivate your true, intuitive soul. Associated with wisdom, discipline, and the consolidation of one's life path, in the Saturn phase you'll feel a deepening introspection and the culmination of life experiences. In stark contrast to the initial 7-year cycle, where you engage with the world through your senses, you will find your senses gradually closing. There is a sense of harvest, where the seeds sown in earlier years come to fruition. Saturn encourages a sober reflection on life, urging you to distill meaning from your experiences and solidify your sense of self. While this period can bring a deep sense of fulfillment and wisdom, it may also entail challenges. For instance, you may grapple with the tension between the desire for stability and the inevitability of change. Saturn's energy can be demanding, urging you to confront unresolved issues and complete unfinished business. As you traverse the cosmic rhythms that Steiner elucidates, you uncover the profound impact of celestial forces on your psyche and life path. From the innocence of childhood to the wisdom of aging, each 7-year interval brings forth specific challenges, revelations, and opportunities for growth. By understanding and aligning yourself with these planetary phases, you gain a roadmap for transformation, a key to unlocking your potential within and realizing a more purposeful, conscious existence. Thank you for watching. This video is part of our Secret Self series, so if you'd like to discover the hidden power of the heart, where your focus goes, energy flows, or signs that your higher self is calling you, check out the playlist. If you enjoyed this video, please share, like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Remember to always live well and live abundantly.